Yeah. So I'm not too sure what happened there. I'm gonna be quite honest. I got no idea what happened there. None at all. None at all. I think sort of like I started maybe OBS before I started StreamYards, and somehow that had an effect on the camera, man. So I'm really not sure what happened in that stream. Except for welcome back. Welcome back if you've been waiting. I know some people probably ran off and gone over to mobs. But yeah, man, I was confused as to what was going on IT wise. Just a technical issue there. So I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna get myself a drink as well, bro. Uh, oh man, I don't know what happened to the live. I'm gonna be. That was absolutely kind of crazy. What kind of happened with the live there? So yeah, man, welcome back. If you've managed to log in and come and check out the live, I'm good to pleasure to have you here. Pleasure to be able to talk to you, to have a conversation, and kind of the conversation I wanted to have really was originally about Antonio Brown. Now, he's an NFL player. For you that are watching the stream and you're rewatching this, you may not know who Antonio Brown is. The last team he played for was the New England uh, Patriots. He was doing okay, but he's had a number of issues in the NFL ever since getting the money. When he was, before he went to college, there was a reported issues about his behavior. He was in a lot of problems. Went off because in college he managed to go and see the coach that he was going to play for, and ended up having a really stellar college career. And I think he did go number one pick in the draft, which is fantastic. I think that's amazing. So he was a number one pick at the time, which is absolutely brilliant. And then once he's gone number one pick, he then gets a number of contracts. He's doing really well. I think he got signed for probably about 1.2 mil on his first contract out of the draft. And I think it was like 700, 800K signing on bonus, which in NFL money, that's really, really good. That's really, really good money, right? For an NFL rookie coming in. So he ends up being a wide receiver. Well, I think he started out not as a wide receiver, which he is now. He started out, I think, as a return guy, so a punt return guy. So yeah, I mean, and he got quite some good punt returns. You know what I mean? Touchdowns off a punt return. So a really, really stellar guy. But I think he's had a lot of problems recently with the NFL, and it all stemmed, and it originally stemmed from a particular helmet for a very long time. But due to safety reasons, they wanted to change his helmet. The same with a lot of players. Tom Brady, they grandpaed him as well with the helmet issue. And also, they grandpaed him for a number of years. But it had to go. So it had to be a change. So it caused a number of issues. And then he got into problems with a young lady. I'm not going to get in the case because that's all part of some legal stuff or whatever. But what really amazed me about the whole thing is that Antonio Brown recently, before the Super Bowl, so we all know the Super Bowl happened last weekend. Prior to that, 2 days, I think he did an apology to the whole of the NFL. Now, I watched this particular apology. And 100% truth, I just didn't believe Antonio Brown. I didn't believe him. I just didn't believe that here he was, Antonio Brown, in a situation where he needs to apologize and he ends up looking like he doesn't mean it. And the reason why I say that is there was a specific question answered or asked of Antonio Brown during the ESPN interview. You can find it on YouTube. It's on YouTube on the ESPN channel. Just look, Antonio Brown, ESPN interview. And in that particular interview, he's asked a question about a tweet because the NFL come out to say that he needs help, and he hopes that he gets the help he needs. Now, he's a multi-millionaire, this guy. He doesn't have to wait on the NFL to basically get him the help he needs. He can go and get that help, right? Antonio Brown is rich enough to go and get the help he needs. He doesn't need the NFL to do it for him, right? He's a problem child. If he can't see it, he really doesn't understand why he's on all this litigation. He's not being picked on. Antonio Brown, you're a multi-million. You are not being picked on, bro. You've put yourselves in this situation. And his baby mother, or the mother of his child, turned around. And she basically said to Antonio Brown, she basically said to this guy, she said on Twitter that she thinks he needs help. When he was asked during the question why it is that his child's mother had put that on Twitter, he kind of sidelined her like she was crazy. I don't know why she said that. Almost like he's saying, I don't need help. The NFL said you need help. And in the same conversation, Antonio Brown has said, well, let's see if they give me some. His baby mother said, he said she doesn't know why she's saying that. That's crazy. Antonio Brown, man, look, you'll probably never see this. That's cool. I got no problem with it, bro. I'll change the title anyway. But the fact is, you in particular, Antonio Brown, need to look at yourself. You need to really look at yourself because there's something that you said in that particular interview that really, really upset me. And it was to do with the reasons why he's or always in problems, right? So he believes that he's always in problems because of his culture. The difficult, bruh. You've been far removed. So 4 years you spent in college. So 4 years and 10 years in the league. That's roughly about 14 years. You've been removed from any sort of negative connotations some people have about people growing up in a poor background. Yeah. And to say you're not in problems because of your culture. Don't blame your culture. What culture are you blaming? Are you blaming the NFL culture? If it's the NFL culture, that's cool. If Antonio Brown is blaming the NFL culture for his situation now, I'm happy with it. But if he's blaming black culture, that I can't agree with. I can't agree with Antonio Brown saying, hey, you know what? All this is happening to me too because I'm black. It's not Antonio Brown. The way you behave isn't a product of your culture. Yeah. It's a product maybe of the environment where you was brought up originally, but you've been 14 years removed as a multi-millionaire from that situation. So I can't believe that that's true. I just can't. I just personally cannot believe someone who's a multi-millionaire who doesn't live in the ghetto, has got the finest house in one of the finest cities in the world. Living, you've got 100K around your neck, a couple of milli sitting in the garage. Maybe that culture, that if you're talking about that culture, I can understand it. But I think that you need to clarify what you mean by culture, because if people are watching that particular interview, when they're thinking addressing culture, they're kind of thinking, well, is he talking about black culture? Because I instantly thought that's nothing to do with black culture. Not my culture. That's not the way we treat women. We don't behave in that way. We don't condone that behavior. We don't accept it. It's not something that we want to see in the culture. Your behavior is definitely, not culturally driven. Maybe NFL culture, I'll give it to you. Maybe that bad boy culture, I don't know what you want to call it, but it's not my culture. It's not a lot of people's culture, Antonio Brown. And it's really weird that Antonio Brown finds himself in that situation, right? Because he can do better. He's in a prime position. And this is what I mean when you get money, especially if you're an NFL guy, a football guy, a music guy. You've got a prime chance to do something better. Once you get that money, you've got a chance to show everyone what it really means and what black culture is. But instead, you want to portray this false culture, this false narrative that's been said about black men, especially black men who's got a bit of money and like certain music, like urban music, hip hop. Yeah, I mean, like to go out, dancing, clubs. Yeah, I mean, you've kind of, we look at you and we think, bro, you can do so much better. Like, why are you in this situation? LeBron's not in this situation. LeBron's got more money than you, Antonio Brown. So how comes LeBron James isn't in this situation? Yeah, that's the question you have to ask yourself. It's not because he hasn't used, he's had more opportunities, he's got, it's not about money or opportunity. You can remove yourself. You've got the, you have privilege. You have privilege. You have so much money. You have privilege, Antonio Brown. The only thing that stops you from benefiting from the financial privilege that you have is you. And that's what's unacceptable. That's what I find unacceptable about Antonio Brown. I just find it so unacceptable that anyone can have that much money and represent his culture in such a bad light. Surely we can do better than that, right? Surely we can do better than that. As culture is, and as we want to show, whether it's sneaker culture, hip hop culture, whatever it is, right? Caribbean, I can't even say it. Caribbean culture, West Indian culture, whatever you want to call it, Indian culture, Chinese culture. You have, when you've got financial privilege, whether you come from the ghetto, the lowest of the low, the chance to do something better. And he's wasting his career. You know what I mean? They asked him to come in to explain himself. He didn't want to do it. He done all this tomfoolery on Twitter. He done all this, these back and forths and just shamed himself. It was like, someone take away the phone from this guy. He doesn't deserve privilege at that point. I shouldn't say that. Everyone deserves to be privileged, right? Everyone deserves to be in a better position than when they started out, regardless of a game or not. He probably overstretched himself and needs to get back. I don't know his situation financially or what have you, but man, if you've got that much privilege and that's what you've done with it, just think about all those children looking up to you that go to the game and they're watching their favorite hero, Antonio Brown, behaving in this way. And that's exactly what the NFL is thinking, because American football is a family game, right? It's the American game, right? That everyone sits down on Sunday with their mom, dad, whatever. So it's big. You know what I mean? They are the biggest superstars in America, regardless if you think it's football, baseball, whatever it is, right? Music, whatever. Everyone knows that American footballers have the most privilege out of the sports stars because it is America's game, yeah? Yeah, everyone goes to the Super Bowl. Everyone wants to see them win, and even if it doesn't matter what team you support, you then pick one or the other, and you go and support and enjoy the festivities, the food, or whatever. And it's supposed to be about fun. And Antonio Brown has lost his sense of fun. He's too busy with the bravado, man. I talked about this before about in culture, or at least a lot of West Indian black culture, whatever you want to call it, there's been a lot of bravado, which has happened, right? A lot of bravado. which is carried through, man. And this is spoiling the chance of a lot of these superstars from getting on because they get the money, yet they're progressing in exactly the same way, the same attitudes. And I respect Dame Dash. I think he's a great guy. Think he's a great, amazing guy. I think he's an amazing guy, but bravado has got in the way. And he says, well, no, I deserve my cool, but it's the way you deliver it, bro. In certain, you need to, yeah, I'm not going to tell Dame Dash to change. He's going to do whatever. He doesn't care. You know what I'm saying? But in life, as I've watched these people with money and their chances or whatever, and the way they behave, the way they carry themselves, as they begin to progress, it's like they never mature. Yeah, because as a person throughout life, you're supposed to mature. You're supposed to get older. You're supposed to get wiser. Yeah, you're not supposed to be more tolerant. Yeah, because you know what it's like for everybody else coming through. You're supposed to be more understanding, more patient. Yet here we are. Antonio Brown's got no patience with anybody, doesn't listen to anybody, and doesn't interview. And to be honest, I think his career's over. I think his career's over. I think at this point, Antonio Brown, your career's over, bro. The NFL ain't gonna you blackballed yourself because they gave you so many opportunities. Think about it. Even with even with what was going on, think about this. Even with what was going on. So before he signed for the Patriots, even with what was going on, another team picked him up. Said, you know what? Hey, come here, man. We'll try and work it out. What this guy needs is a bit of support. We're giving the support. And what did you do? No one else. You did that, Antonio Brown. You went and put yourself in another situation. No one else. You could have seen whatever she said or heard whatever she said and let your lawyers deal with it, or walk away, not react to it, but you couldn't help yourself. And that's because that's immaturity. That's exactly what that is. That's just someone being immature at that stage. You know what I mean? And we all have to kind of look at that and think that we can do better as we get older. And that's a shame, man. That's a shame. I think we just have to do better. Because it's been too long, man. It's been too long that these situations go, and I'm ashamed to a degree that a lot of people didn't talk about it. A lot of people didn't talk about Antonio Brown's situation, and left Antonio Brown. Salute Herbs, man. Salute E Double, man. How you doing? Um, I'm, upset with a lot of YouTubers who usually speak on the fuck shit to a degree. But yet, no one wanted to address Antonio Brown. How does that work, bro? How did that go unaddressed? How did the ESPN interview go unaddressed, bro? I'm confused. Herbs, do you watch football, right? EW, you watch football, right? Did anyone see before the Super Bowl the ESPN interview with Antonio Brown? Anyone? No, I've seen it. I don't know, man. A hit, and I get what you're saying, E Double, man. I really do get what you're saying that, in his position when he, being a wide receiver or whatever, that he got one major hit, but he even recognizes that was hard. However, like it, I don't think that that's the case, man. No one acts in that way, time and time again. Like I don't understand how he said, right, you have to watch the interview, but I'll give you a synopsis because I've been talking about it, kind of what he said on this interview, right? So Obviously, we all know what's been going on with Antonio Brown and the problem he's got with the lady accusing him of certain things, right? So we all know that's happening. However, he's turned around and said during this interview, when his baby mother said that he needs help, after the NFL said he needs help, he says he doesn't know why his baby mother said that. And in the same conversation, he said the reason why he's in these problems is because he's a product of his culture. And the reason I'm talking about it is I'm confused what he means. What culture does he mean? Does he mean the NFL culture? Which I'll be happy with. I don't own that, right? I'm not part of the NFL culture to that degree, but I know it's unacceptable within the NFL. That's why he's been out of the NFL. Yeah, that's why the commissioner took him out, right? So that only leaves that if it's not the situation with the NFL, yeah, culture, what culture is he talking about? Because it can't be black culture. I'm sorry, it can't. Because he can't be talking about the culture he comes from where he grew up, right? He can't be. Because he went to college for 4 years and he was in trouble before he went in college, right? So he's having these little problems, went to college and they managed to sort him out. He was there for 4 straight years before he got recruited. He's been in the league 10 years. So for 14 years, he hasn't been poor. He's begun to, and it's only the last couple of years he's done some really fucked up shit. Drug gang. So okay, I don't know whether he's involved in that to a degree. Maybe to keep that extra bit of money, he could be. I don't know, bro. I don't know, but I don't believe that that's culture, bro. That's not my black culture. That's not culture, what I would call it. And just like the NFL has said, no, 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 no. I think the black community should be saying, no, 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 no. We can't support you until you get yourself well. Yeah, until he gets himself well. Exactly, E double man. And this is what I was saying. I think it's mainly to do with the amount of bravado he has. Because he turned up on the interview, man. He's got like about, yeah, I mean, 10, he's got about 100K on the neck chain or whatever. He's in his own house. He's in his own house, right? And he's dressed up like he's going clubbing in a minute. He's just about to leave, yeah, to go and hit the strip club. That's crazy. This morning was fucking. Did he do another one this morning? I didn't see if he did another one. I only saw the ESPN one, which he done before Super Bowl, bro. And I just couldn't get it. I just couldn't get it, bro. I just couldn't understand it. I just lost in that interview because he looked like he was lying. Antonio Brown looked like he was lying, like he was only there because someone told him to be there. As soon as the lady who was doing the interview started asking those tough questions, you see his face switch. Like he wanted to do something to her, right? Which is usually a sign that one, you thought you could just say your piece and get the hell out of there and not face the tough questions. But when he did, he looked like he was lying. He looked like he didn't want to apologize. He doesn't. And what I mean by he was apologizing without feeling the apology. Like when you say to your kids, you got to apologize and they don't mean it. That's what he looked like. And I think that if you're going to apologize, you've got to mean it from in here, right? You got to mean that shit. You can't say, "Oh, I've got an apology," and don't carry it through. Because throughout the interview, he doesn't look like he's acknowledging that he's the problem. Yeah, man. Salute to J. Matt, man, the homie. I was on his stream last night, man. I was enjoying his stream last night, I was catching some jokes and some old gameplay. I love the old gameplay as well, J. I think you should definitely put that up, bro. I think you should definitely put that up. Just saying, because I did enjoy it. I did enjoy it. I think there's some dope streams there, bro. Um, Yeah, so it was mainly to do with that, man, that I wanted to come and address Antonio Brown. Because as someone from the black community and black culture, I'm saying no, no, no. I'm with the NFL, bro. Get you the hell out of here. Yeah, I mean, if we could kick you out of the black culture and change your skin, we would do, Antonio Brown, because we're not accepting your behavior. No way, no shape, no. Because you've had lots of opportunity, bro. You can't be a multi-millionaire and not doing better. Is there anyone, J Dot, if you had his money, right? His Antonio Brown's money, you fucked up some shit, behaved in the way he behaved, right? And then someone said, "Look, Antonio, look, we're going to give you look, Jada, we're going to give you another opportunity. Come to us, come and play for the New England Patriots. Yeah, I mean, we'll sort it out. We'll cover your back. You get paid. Just knuckle down, do the J job. But what you do is you go on Twitter and then you threaten the lady and all sorts of fuckery. That's crazy. You've got to do better. To me, if you've been given the opportunity, bro, you've got to do better. You cannot behave in that way. It's just unacceptable. Unacceptable, Antonio Brown. You need to have a look at yourself. I don't know whether you'll probably never see this. I don't care, but I just think it needs to be said, just for so people understand where I come from. That, hey, look, sometimes you're given opportunities in life, and this goes for anybody, right? And I'm just going to say it again. It goes for anybody. If you're given an opportunity to get that bag, don't fuck it up, man. And if you do fuck it up and you need to apologize, mean that shit and acknowledge that shit and own that shit, right? Because you fucked it up. You know what I'm saying? You fucked up that bag. Yeah. If I'm in a situation, salute Rupert, man, salute. If you're Reggie down, Jay, don't put the puff puff Reggie pass down. If you're in a situation, right, where you got the money and you got millions, and a lot of us out here have started out poor, right? Started out poor, and you've been given lots of opportunities. So you get signed for 1.2 million, yeah, your first contract out of college, and then you go on to get the bag, yeah, 14 odd million a year, whatever it is, 20 million a year, whatever it is, for a 4 year, and then another 14 looking towards another 16, and then you fuck that shit up. That's on you, especially because you did it to yourself, knowing, like, I can't believe you sat there thinking, I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say on Twitter, carry on the way I'm over a helmet. All right, that went quiet. So everyone's already thinking he's on his fuck shit. It's just crazy, man. It's just crazy. Rupert, I'm just addressing Antonio Brown, man, and the fuck shit he's been on. Because I think someone's got to. I'm disappointed that a lot of people didn't pick it up, didn't run with it, especially coming up to Super Bowl weekend. Um, I was waiting for someone to address it. Yeah, I mean, because it like he did the interview on ESPN 2 days before Super Bowl, trying to apologize, and it was the most whack ass apology ever, bro. I can't believe this, dude. I'm disappointed in you, Antonio Brown. The black community is disappointed in you, Antonio Brown. I'm gonna say it, bro. I'm gonna say it, bro. I'm gonna say it. If no one else tells you, I'm gonna tell you, bro. I'm gonna let you know we're disappointed in you. We're not represent. You don't represent us well, man, and that's a shame. I think once you get the money, especially coming from the ghetto, and then you fuck up your shit, do you know what happens, Antonio Brown? The next young guy coming out who's a bit of a problem, who wants to go to college and get a scholarship, he ain't gonna get that scholarship. And you know who's to blame? Antonio Bloody Brown. That's the problem. So whether you get the bag, you're going to be all right in the future. You're not acknowledging your behavior. You're not addressing your behavior in the right way. You sat there for an interview like a dickhead and didn't do what you're supposed to do, man, which is give a heartfelt apology. And that means straight from the heart, bro. None of this bravado. Drop that shit. You need to learn that at your age now, You should be doing better, bro. You should just be doing better. As an American football star, you know what I mean? Don't get it twisted. The man has the record to be an, yeah, I mean, Hall of Famer all day. Hall of Famer. He has the record to be a Hall of Famer all day. All day. I know it's weird that the English guy is talking about it, right? But I love American football. I grew up probably around the late 80s, early 90s as a Miami Dolphins fan. So, and I was lucky enough to have Dan Marino. That's a great example of a great football player, how you're supposed to do the game, man. How you're supposed to excel yourself as an elite athlete, get in the bag. And that's why I respect whether you like LeBron James. I know some YouTubers don't, basketball wise or for whatever he does. But if you look at his career, how he's managed it, whether there's some controversy here, there, or everywhere, but you've never seen this with LeBron and a lot of stars. And a lot of stars. We do see a lot of stars get themselves in trouble with drugs and money and whatever and whatever and whatever and whatever, trying to earn that quick money. It's like, wow, you know what? The millions that you get signed for aren't enough. And that tells us something, right, about ourselves as human beings, right? Every time that we see a star fall, they call themselves stars, don't they? They lift themselves up into the sky above us, right? Every time someone who's not used to getting money, not used to the bag, gets money, and they fuck it up like this, it looks bad for all of us. Especially when they say, well, the reason why I'm like this is because of my culture. It's not your culture, bro, that you're like this. It's because you're a fucked up guy. It's because you're an arsehole. That's why you're in your situation. It's as simple as that. It's nothing to do with your cultural upbringing. It's nothing to do with the fact that you grew up poor. That doesn't make you an asshole. Growing up poor does not make you an asshole. Growing up with no money does not make you an asshole. It doesn't. That's not what makes you an asshole. It's because you're an asshole. That's just facts. Yeah. I grew up with little or no money. A lot of people I know grew up with little or no money. I've seen some people get the money. But you know what? They're not assholes. They never started out as assholes. They never carried on being like assholes. Fact is that you're just a fucking asshole, Antonio Brown. And that's facts. That's just facts. And someone needs to tell you, bro. I hope this reaches you in good spirits at some point, Antonio. I hope it does. And I hope you listen to some advice. Get your shit together, bro. Especially when you're able to get the bag. Get your shit together. Because it looks bad for everybody. Yeah. Don't ever go on another interview and say it's because you're a culture either. Because that should be you on blast instantly. Everyone should address you like. So you know what? I would have loved that interview to turn around. Your culture? Can you explain what culture? I think that needed to be said. Salute, E, man. Salute. Yeah, man. I just think that it's just weird, isn't it, that people can get away with absolutely murder when they got money and say shit on TV, and then I just think that that's gonna look bad. You see what I'm saying? Because no one's addressed it. It's like it went, and probably all the fans saw it. And apologies to a lot of the NFL fans, but we know that the majority of fans that would have seen that would have been the young fans of Antonio Brown, which would mostly be young, impressionable children, teens, adults around his age. Yeah, not from the ethnic minorities or the poor backgrounds or what have you that we know exist and then follow Antonio Brown or follow NFL. Because as I said, a lot of the people in the chat, they haven't seen it. I saw it because, hey, I saw it. I was like, damn, what's Antonio on today? Is he on his fuck shit still? Let's go and have a look. Oh, he's really on his fuck shit. Idiot. Look a pussy old blood. He needs to absolutely address himself. And we have to do better, man. I'm just saying he has to do better. So, yeah. That's just my take on the Antonio Brown situation, man, because I think it needs to be addressed. I just think that we, as human beings, cannot let this go unanswered, untalked about. Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. We see fuck shit, yeah, everywhere, right? We do. And sometimes we just don't go and address it, which is crazy. You know, we just wait. And I waited at least until Super Bowl was over before I wanted to come and address it. Because I think that was the right thing to do, man. I think that was the right thing to do. Um, I do have an unboxing to do. I do actually, because it's been one of those days, and I know a lot of people are going to be talking about this. Jordan has been playing us all day. I've worked out that the fact is that the 85s don't exist, because no one I know got them. I think everyone went across the water who's got them. I don't care what you said, because everyone on the planet on Instagram has been posting, no, not me. No, not me. I got mine early this morning on both pairs. The dunks took an L on that. I know someone probably say they hit. All right, fair enough. If you hit and they're legit, fair enough. All right. But I'm telling you, the shoes don't exist. We all got played this morning. We all got played this morning. Yeah. I think they're fictional. Like they made up a story, told they said they were coming, didn't get them made. Just ran the raffle. That's my only explanation why I didn't get a pair, man. Because I didn't get a pair of those Jordan 185s at all. I took L's twice, three times. Yeah, I took one on SNS. I took an L on Nike app twice. So anyway, on the Dunks twice. Well, three times because on SNS as well. I didn't go mad and they're like 10 raffles. No, 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 no. That's too much effort and too much work. But I do have an unboxing anyway. Let me try and find out where these shoes are. I know they're here somewhere. I think they're down there in that corner. So pause. Let me have a quick look for those and I'll be right back. Pause. Um, Actually, let me just get the link. If anyone wants to come in the chat, and then you can tell me, because I want to discuss this shoe I'm going to show. This particular shoe, I want to show it. And I think, yeah, I mean, we can discuss it. You can tell me whether you agree with me on this shoe or not, because it is a I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm gonna say that you guys can tell me if I'm gonna be right about this shoe that I'm gonna show. I'm gonna unbox, because I got it a while ago, knowing that 85s were coming, right? So I knew these 85s were coming, and I got this shoe, and because I've got a lot to say about a lot of sneaker YouTubers about, and it relates to this shoe once I get it. So I'm gonna let whoever wants to jump in, feel free. We'll get you on the yard, and we'll have a little conversation about this shoe I'm gonna show. First, I'm gonna go and get myself a drink, and then I'm gonna get the shoe, and then I'm gonna show you the shoe that I got. So bear with me 2 seconds. Jump in if you want to jump in, because I got a lot to say about you sneaker YouTubers right now, because I've seen the behavior. All right, I'm gonna be back 2 seconds. Okay, I'm back. I need to get a drink. I need you to get a drink for this, because they ain't gonna like this. A lot of no one's gonna like this one, I gotta say. But I think it needs to be said. So first off, let me get the box. Okay. Here's the box here, right? This is the box I'm going to open. This is from... It should tell you when I'm from. It's from Nike, anyway. I ordered this knowing that 85s were dropping, right? And knowing I was going to get an L anyway. So I knew I was going to get an L. So I ordered these from Nike. Let me just get these out, bro. Oh, no, I didn't. Man, I look like I eat it now because I ordered them from Foot Locker. All right, so this is from Foot Locker, right? Let me show you guys, right? I'm just going to cover up some of that information. So it's definitely legit. Does it got a date on there? I'm going to see if it's got a date on there so you guys can see when I ordered them. Yeah, it has got the date on there. So it has got the date on. So it actually shows what I'm going to say. I knew was going to happen. I knew exactly how this was going to pan out and how people were going to react and how they were going to act, right? So can you guys see that? See the date, yeah? See the date? 16th. So I ordered these, yeah, order date on the 16th of January 2020. Do you see that, right? So I ordered these on the 16th of the 1st, 2020. All right. Just so we're all aware, I knew this was going to happen. I knew what I'm going to say. I'll probably have to say. All right. I knew I was going to have to say what I got to say. So I'm going to show you the box. Yeah. You all know what this is now. Like, if you're a sneakerhead, you know what this is now. I don't even have to show you. You know what I'm going to show you. But I'll put it up there so you guys can see. All right. So it's an Air Jordan 1 mid. And it's in a size UK 12. So that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. It's a UK 12, UK 11. It's a US 12. But I ordered these knowing I was taking the L today. And I knew that everyone, right? I'm going to say what I'm going to say once we see the shoe, right? So I'm just opening it up. Ordered these on the 16th. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. It makes no sense. So, what is really funny about this shoe? Yeah, man, the Gears figure's insane, right? I'll get that out in a sec. I will show you that, just because you mentioned it. I love it. I've got that from, I think, the Gears of War 3. When that dropped, they released those NECA figures. So that's when I got it. So, right, these dropped ages ago. Yeah, I liked them. So I did. And I've been waiting to order these anyway. But these are a mid, right? But everyone's going crazy over the 85s, right? You're all going mad over the 85s, like, wow, they're amazing. Never seen those before. Sorry? Wait a minute. So what's this then, bro? What is this? You mean you could have had this shoe all along? You could have had this all along. So you tell me, and look, I'm not lying. The quality on this shoe, yes, I saw these online. So actually, I think I told Sneaker Pimp, actually, salute to Sneaker Pimp, bro. Salute to Sneaker Pimp, because I think I got the code of Sneaker Pimp, so I could get a discount. So I didn't even pay retail on this shoe. Yeah, I didn't even pay retail. Yeah, I think it was a 15% off retail code as well. But look, really, you're all going absolutely crazy over the 85s. Okay. I took an L. I don't care. You know why? I've got this mid, and I've had this mid since, well, I think it arrived maybe 3-4 days later after ordering it. So I've had these a while, mate, in the collection, waiting to clown on you so-called sneakerheads out there that have been going crazy. Like, you don't mess with these, which are amazingly leather quality wise. Absolutely dope, absolutely fire. It's a mid, yeah, I get it. But the 85s are straight heat fire. Nah, son. The 85s are just a copy of this shoe, right? Because this dropped first. This shoe, this is what I'm saying. When I said Nike are clowning you now. Nike, all they're doing, look at all the latest releases, even the women's that are dropping, yeah? There's a mid version that already dropped of that shoe. They're just sticking mid colorways on highs. And people are going, oh, going crazy. It makes no sense. I'm telling you, the sneak game, you all make no sense, right? Because I said this the other day, right? And I was speaking to Crepsaholic, I should say, on IG, right? We were saying the sneaker YouTube, even sneakers in general, and sneaker community in general, it's just full. It's absolutely jammed right now with hype beasts. I'm sorry, hype beasts. Even some sneakerheads have turned into raw hype beasts now. Yeah, that's what they are. They're no longer sneakerheads to a degree. They're just hype beasts, bro. Because there's plenty of fires that dropped on the mids. Jordan are dropping fire on the mids. Jordan have been dropping fire on the mids for a long time, but everyone's sleeping on the mids. As soon as that same colorway is transferred to a high, it's like, oh my God, it's fire. No, fam. Jordan brand are clowning you. They're giving you a story to back up the shoe, but it's already dropped on a mid. Come on, man. You can't be that naive. As sneakerheads, you can't be like, you check yourselves. If you look, yeah, I mean, I like the colorway, color combination. I love a Bred. I'm all about the Bred. I love that because I'm all about the Bred. I really am. I'm all about getting that Bred. And I don't mess around. I don't get sucked in to just the hype. Yeah. I was like, there's going to be 20,000 pairs of a remade mid in a high, and it's got this 85 tag on it, and people are going crazy. Sneaker YouTube has lost its mind. Sneaker collectors, not so much. Because I would call Crepsaholic, and we were talking about resellers, right? And this is half the problem. A lot of sneaker YouTube in itself, yeah, we're now resellers, or they are now resellers. A lot of the big guys, they're all reselling shoes, aren't they? Right. So they no longer have what I would say would be called objectivity to define, if you want to define a word. Now, objectivity, as you all know, means you've got to be objective about a situation and not associate your feelings in it. So you're not calling it like it is, right? I know, hey, Sneaker Pimper tell you, man, he's got the mids as well. We've been snapping up the mids like crazy because we're like, bruh, do you know what? A lot of these kids, when they come out anyway, I know my kids or whatever, even my kids, they're like, oh, I like the mids, dad. Yeah, when they dropped the mids for Fortnite, think about all the kids they were onto mids, right? They weren't looking at highs. It's an old man's game. Yeah, Jordan are trying to show us in a way that you're sleeping on. You all say you're sneakerheads and you're all about the culture and you really know your shoe and you really know about quality. Yet you've been sleeping on the mids all day. How does that make sense? How does that make sense? So, can anyone tell me? Anyone? No. So if you're watching this back, write a comment why you're sleeping on this particular mid or you slept on the mid. Yeah. and you went nuts on the 85. You tell me how that happened. How you got finessed by Jordan Brand. Yeah, you got finessed by Jordan Brand. This morning, you woke up at 8 o'clock, whatever it was in the morning, and got finessed. You got the shoes that you're talking about, the 85s, in reality don't exist. They already got made, and they got made as a mid. Sorry, someone said to tell you. Look how dope shoe. Anyway, I'll show you this thing, that E double man, because no one's gonna answer. They'll run. Sneakerheads will run before answering that question. They will run before answering that question. It don't make sense. Yeah, check this out, bro. So it's still DS. This is see, that's a collector's item. Let me see. I don't even know if I could get in there, bro. Yeah. So to me, I got it because I played Gears of War a lot when it launched, right? I played a lot. It was my go-to game beyond Halo. I didn't play a lot of Halo, but I did play a lot of Gears. So when this dropped, I definitely got it. I think it was a Christmas present at the time when I got it, but definitely a dope collector's piece for me, man. I love the Gears of War. Anyway, yeah, I mean, I played. It's got so much history. I think I shouldn't say this, but I think I played Gears and then made love to my missus at the time and made a baby. It was, yeah. But it's dope, man. I absolutely love it, bro. I absolutely love it. I do love um, toy collectibles. I've been collecting, I'm sure I've got Transformers somewhere, bro. I don't know where, but I'm sure I've got that. Yeah, somewhere. I got one somewhere. I can't even know which one it is. It may have been. I want to say it's a Megatron, but I can't remember. But yeah, I love my little collectibles, bro. Everywhere is, my little Funko Pops. I think that's quite dope. That's why I like Funko Pops as well, because it's like little extra collectibles I can get. Yeah, made have different color blocking and black sole. Do you think so? You mean this one? J Dot, you're being crazy. Being crazy, bro. I hear you to a degree. To a degree, I hear you. But I think everyone got finesse, fam. That's my opinion. Sneakerheads got finesse this morning. Sneakers, all of you got finesse. I won't be finessed like that. I like this particular shoe. I think it's dope. I think it's fire. Color blocking is on point. Materials on point. In fact, it's probably better than some of my OG Jordans. Yeah, I said it. It's definitely better than. Um, mm. Do you know what? In a way, I'm gonna say it's better than my yin yangs. I think that shoe is better than my yin yangs, and I love my yin yangs. Right? I love my black yin yangs, but I think that's better. It looks weird. Well, why is it painted? Yeah, I mean, paint it whatever color you like. Paint a black swoosh if you like. It's that easy to do. I was speaking to another sneaker Mason. Masons. He's a good dude on IG. So Sneaker Masons. I was speaking to him, and we both decided that it's better that he goes and customizes a pair for us to go and flex. I think that's what we're gonna do. We don't really need the 85s in this day and age. They're just not that important to me as a colorway. Um, as a colorway, there's so many in that colorway. I think my Chicago's look better than those, bro. I'm feeling my Chicago's better than those, bro. I don't care how much they go up by what's reseller, because we all know that the only person who got them today were the bots and the resellers, maybe a few others who bought them early here, there, and everywhere, paid whatever, got hit up by a reseller. Yeah, cool. But you're going to try and resell those shoes because the resellers are only going to snap them up with the bots stick them on StockX for 300, 400, 500 pounds or whatever it is, and then the next reseller who's going to pick them up off of him, he's going to pick them up and he's going to show them on the gram, and then what he's going to do, he's going to put them back on StockX and say they're DS. And do you know what he's going to do? Because he didn't pay retail, he paid resale, he's going to feed himself. And that's how it works, bro. You got finessed. I don't think they're worth anything. That's just my opinion. I don't think they're that dope. I think someone needs to say it. I just don't. If I got them, cool. If I don't, nah, it's not that big a deal. There are better shoes. And what we in? That's the hype. That's the hype. We basically missed the whole of January with any kind of shoe that looked okay. There was bare trash in January. Bare trash. I mean, like, I even went to the outlets and all I saw was trash. So what we're left with then is like, this is the first. Do you know what? I think those dunks that you've got, J Dot, are better than the 85s. Yeah, I said it. The plum dunks are better than the 85s. Yes, I said it. Just saying, that's my opinion. I think the dunks are a finer shoe all day. All day. All day. I think they look doper. I think they're sicker palette wise to the eye. Yeah, I've not seen the 85s in hand quality wise. Cool. But overall, really, it's another kind of shoe we've seen a million times. That really doesn't exist. That's why everyone took the L's today. Yeah, I said it. Jordan Brand is skanking us, bro. They're scamming us all. I'm telling you. I'm gonna be honest, right? If I would have got them, what would I have done with them? Unless they come from offspring, I probably would have sold them straight away. Is there anyone here who wouldn't, if you copped that particular 85 today, wouldn't have resold them? Anyone? Was like all about these are far straight farm. These are my no one. I'll tell you what. I'll do. You know what, J Dot? I'll tell you what I'll do, right? Because I'll be fair. I'm gonna be fair to sneakerheads and sneaker YouTubers. I'm gonna be fair to you. I want you to go back in your videos and when you made your top 10 sneaker videos of all time, or when you said my top 10 grails, name me one YouTuber or sneakerhead you know had those 85s in it. I'll wait. Anyone? Did anyone have the 85s in it? See, he double. At least you're being honest, right? At least you're being honest. You would just trade them, because that's the facts. No one has those. Even if you cop them, J Dot, would they be in your top 10 sneakers of all time? Actually, would they be in your top 15 in your collection? I don't think they would make my top 10. I'm just being honest. I don't think the 85s would be in my top 10. Yes, it's the first bit of heat. I get it. That's landed. Yes, I get it. I understand it. There's been nothing to cop. It's like, do you know what, J Dot? Do you know what the 85s remind me of? Do you remember that first summer, right? That first summer where you'd grown up, right? And like you've been smoking weed with your friends. You know what I mean? It's a fine summer. You know, school's broken up. So you're like chilling, weeds flowing. Yeah. And then one day it's the first drought, no weed nowhere. Yeah. No weed nowhere. Yeah. It's like, it's so bad. Man's looking at tumbleweed rolling down the road thinking, can I smoke that? because you're like 2-3 weeks in now. Yeah. And someone comes to you and says, bruh, some youth down the road has got some African bush, some bushweed jade up. And everyone thinks it's the boom thing. Am I lying? Is someone saying that's never happened to them? For real. Just saying. It was dry out there, Jada. I think everyone's hyped because it was so dry. Everyone's like, the first, you know what it's like? It's like, when you just broken up with your girl and you've been in love with your girl for like 6 years and you've been in a relationship, yeah? You break up with your girl and you're heartbroken and that, yeah? And your heart's all mash up and you want to cry and you're crying for months. Oh, I miss her, blah, blah, blah. Oh, she's gone. That's what it's like, right? Because at the end of the day, you go out, fam, yeah, and you see like this thing and she's not even hot. She's not even hot at all. But she's going to give you the head, innit? So you take the head. Yeah, it's been 6 months since you had your last head, and you think it's the boom thing. Try. That's what it's like. Thirsty, bruv. Everyone was thirsty out there today. It's not a hot shoe. Just saying. That's my opinion on it. That's my opinion to everybody. Yeah, you're thirsty. I'm gonna take a swig. Yeah, that's what it's like today. We're all a bit on the thirsty side. If they had dropped maybe in 2 months' time, and that's the thing, right? And I think it's crazy because they gave us a glut of shoes running up to December. A glut of shoes. There were like so many. Like every week, there's like tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of this and that and whatever and whatever. A lot of them coming up to December, I literally just shut down and said, I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. I think the only ones I got in January, was that January? I can't even remember. There's the black satins, which I picked up, and that's it. That's all I picked up since December, around December. Because I only picked up 2 shoes in December, really late December before Christmas. I think sort of like, even then, did I pick up any shoes? No, I picked in January. I picked up, like, I literally picked up the black satins, and that was it. That's all I was feeding because I like them. I thought they were fire. Yeah, I picked up my Gucci. So I picked up my Gucci for real, and another pair, which I haven't even reviewed yet. That I need to do a review on. So I picked up 2. Yeah, that was it. Non-Nike, non-Adidas shoes. Oh, and that's it. That's all I went out and bought, spent money on. I wasn't feeling anything. Running up to December, end of December, all the way until late January, other than the black satins. That's how dry it was. That's like 4 weeks. That's a full month, yeah, without nothing. And the only thing I was feeling that dropped were the dunks. The dunks are fire. I'm not gonna lie. Both dunks that have dropped, the plums and the loves or whatever, absolutely fire. Absolutely fire. Hands down, they are boom. Yeah. Will I go for the Chicago joints? Is it? Yeah. Um, I'll go for them. I only thought they were dropping in women's sizes. I weren't gonna go for them. That's the honest truth. I weren't gonna go for these shoes that are dropping these women's. Yeah, I weren't gonna go for them. Do you know why? Because they're women's. Normally in women's sizes, yeah, they don't go up to a size 13 women's. Yeah, so I can't cop a pair. The fact that they're going up to size 13 women's, yeah, maybe I cop them because I don't have them in the mid. But if you're going to have a look around, they already sit in the mid. It's another mid shoe that's just getting rebranded with some bullshit on it. What's the story behind? Does anyone know what the social story is? bruh. Do you know? Personally, personally, I don't know. Um, I've seen the fives, right? I've seen the off-white fives. I think that's the last. Like I had to look. Honestly, I'm gonna be 100% honest. They're all right. They're not fire. They will make money because they're off-white fives. The red 90s. I don't know, bro. I think he's gone a bit crazy. I think he's gone a bit crazy, and I'm not being unfair, right? I think so, and I think this happens. I think this happens when you move to a big fashion house, even and you've got great ideas, right? And you see how they produce things, how they do different things, and how they implement the cut. Sorry, you begin to learn different things, different techniques, different methods. You have you, especially if you're designing for a big fashion house and they're bringing you in to do it. That's going to be their um, going not ready to wear. I don't really think that they have a. I guess it's ready to wear stuff. Um, and it happened to Alexander McQueen in exactly the same way. You change a little, your methods change a little, you progress and you grow. I think Virgil's growing, right? So I think his style is changing, and that's why I'm not feeling. But he did the fives ages ago. That's why I can't understand. They're not five. They're okay. They're okay. Let's just say they're okay. But I didn't like the last drops he did with Nike, with the spikes on the bottom. They were a miss. That's why they're still sitting. Have a look on the Nike app. You can still pick pairs up, right? They were a miss. Um, the Dunks, which has similar sort of lacing system, they're a hit, but they hark back to old Dunk colors, which I think was really good. But the lacing system again was just really weird with the laces over or whatever. But again, I think some of those dunks, because they hark back to original dunks or original shoes, um, especially the green ones that look like the Aries, absolute straight fire because the Aries are fire. I'm gonna say that. So I'm not too sure. Let me have an off white. Where are they on? This is Sneaker Files got something up. But how much can you do with a 90? Honestly, like I don't know. These I don't know. Let's have a look. Okay, okay. So oh my god, oh my god. What do I think of a? Oh god. I'm just getting a full picture. Hold on. Oh man, it's just got. Oh come on, get him off. What do I think of these 90s? What did you think of the Desert Ores if you dipped them in red dye? Do you know what? They're fire though. I'm gonna be honest. I like red, and I like the contrast, the colors. And not on a hype beast way. I just like the contrast, the colors. I just like the contrast because and that's what I mean about changes. So I don't not like the kind of brown desert ore kind of soul. Um, I don't not like it because of the contrast with the reds, and there's different tones of reds on the shoe, and then the blue stripy slashes. If it comes out like that, then do you know what? That could be straight fire on feet. Be honest. I'll be honest. As a shoe, do I think that would even if it didn't have an off-white tag, would, and this is it, and I think that's how I have to check it. Even if it wasn't off-white and it was just a straight up 90, would I rock it? Do you know what? I'm gonna say if the sole was a different color, I'll probably rock it straight. But because it's an off-white and it's supposed to be a bit strange and a bit, let's think about it and let's think about what thought process has gone into deconstruct it, rebuilding the shoe. I'm always gonna like, to a degree, an off-white, especially when it's done like this, because it makes me think. Yeah, it makes me think about the shoe a bit little more. Like, how did he go about the process? I'm interested in the process. Yeah, some people do, and I get it. I get it. I definitely get the off-white thing to a degree. I definitely get it. I think Virgil does an amazing job. I've got nothing bad to say about Virgil. Yeah, but I'm honest enough to say if I don't like something, yeah, I can understand people liking it. And I even said, if you're an athlete and you're running 100 in the morning, yeah, because you got a track meet, they're a great shoe, the spiky ones, right? That's what I said. I said, but for me personally, I'm not fucking with it. It's just not for me. I didn't go for any of the raffles. I saw them. I've seen them sitting. I still didn't pick any up. Yeah, and especially I don't really like the outside material on those spiky ones. I think that I don't like that material used. It just makes me personally, it makes me feel uncomfortable. I'm just saying, it just makes me feel uncomfortable, Virgil. It's no disrespect. I mean, Virgil's on my IG, so it just makes me feel uncomfortable. Yeah, that's just me. I'm not saying it's it's a terrible shoe. It just makes me feel uncomfortable. I just wouldn't feel comfortable in that shoe. I mean, because it's like it's. Do you know what it's like? And it's really like a really good art project, because it's literally, and this is how I have you ever seen those envelopes? Like the padded envelopes. Have you ever turned a padded envelope inside out? It reminds me of a padded envelope material. It's like squishy and gutty, like mixed with tarpaulin, yeah, that you put on top of you. Like you get those bags, yeah, from, and I think this is where maybe he got it from. When he went to do his little session, yeah, went to do his little session at what's that brand that he did the rugs for? And they do the blue bags. It just looks like that. It's just weird, but it's cool. But I do like, yeah, if they come out like that, I have to say it makes me think as a shoe. It's a thinker's shoe, because it's, and there's, I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. I gotta say it. But anyway, that's the two things I had to say today, and this has gone over an hour, which is cool. I really do appreciate everyone passing through. If you come back and watch, salute to you. Really do appreciate it. I hate them dunks. Salute, man. I know, man. I know. Dunks. I don't know. I like those Halloween joints. I'm gonna be honest. I do kind of like the Halloween joints. Yeah, I mean, I do like the Halloween joints. And that's the higher ones out of the. Are they dunks? Are they dunks? Can't remember. But yeah, they were dope. The Halloween joints. I do like those. Anyway, thanks for watching. Really do appreciate you guys. Really do appreciate you dropping through. Yeah, man. If you ever see Antonio Brown, point him to this video. Tell him I got to have a word with him and address his behavior. Salute. God bless. One love. Enough respect. We're out.